The title of this talk, this writing, this piece is called Popular question mark. Our practice doesn't seem to hit the mark in popular culture. It doesn't trend or promise a better you in 10 easy steps. What is it like to be part of a practice that hasn't taken off like the mindfulness explosion, yet is also quietly part of it? Maybe it's like being one of the 100 legs on a centipede, feeling the pulse and direction of the movement, but not leading the charge. There's something humbling and perhaps freeing about that. We all have friends and family who have heard of mindfulness. They've tried it through apps, workshops, even prescriptions from their doctors. One friend told me how she has gone to many, many retreats and tried all kinds of meditation, but she couldn't quiet her mind, so she gave up. I asked if she could simply sit and think about her life for 5 minutes and then reflect on it afterwards and call that meditation. Her eyes lit up and she said, "That I could do." I don't know if she's done it yet, though. I'm going to check back in with her. We spend a lot of time in our conditioned experience in reflective meditation. We spend a lot of time in our conditioned experience, not so much in the divine or the unconditioned. Perhaps that's disappointing for meditators who long for transcendence, who want their practice to take them somewhere purer, higher, quieter. When I feel the tug of disappointment in our method from them, from others, I wonder, what is it that they want more of? More talk of the unconditioned? More guidance? More calm? More promises? More science, perhaps, studies that validate what we know in our bones? More endorsements, perhaps from the right kinds of teachers? Seth Zwiho Segal, he's a Zen teacher. He's been instrumental in developing, bringing together the Buddhist Coalition for Democracy. He reviewed our book. And in our book, he noted that our non-authoritarianism is steeped in feminist values of non-domination, tending, and befriending. A refreshing approach, he had said. Then came the caveat. Well earned. He wasn't sure about our emphasis on post-meditation reflection. He could see both its possible benefits and its drawbacks. For the right people, he wrote, this might be the right approach, but not for everyone. Different strokes for different folks. I appreciate that kind of honesty, that willingness to speak from not knowing. He doesn't know our practice. He's never spent time with it, long periods of time with it. Because to really get to know a practice takes time, patience, and curiosity. Qualities that don't really neatly fit into a research summary or a brochure, a retreat brochure or a workshop brochure. And I don't know the depth of Zen practice or Tibetan practice either. And I don't really feel that drawn to explore them in more depth right now. In our practice, we cultivate other layers of not knowing, other layers of uncertainty. We place you directly in that field of awareness. That's where we begin because we really don't presume we know, that we need to know what you need or what's best for your practice. The conditions of your body, mind, of your life, your timing, those have more primacy than our methods or teachings. I mean, we really believe that. We've built our practice around that really where you're at, what's going on for you now, the conditions of your life is more important than what we have to say today. And that your ability to look at that, reflect upon that, sit with that, that's more important than some jewel that may come out of our mouths, so to speak. The Dharma, after all, is known to be hard to understand. Not everyone greets it with enthusiasm. But that doesn't mean it's not working its quiet way through us, leg by leg, step by step, feeling its way forward. In Winton Higgins' words, and Winton is the gentleman from Australia, Dharma teacher there, who invited Nelly and I to write our book. And he's also our editor. In his words, and these come from his deep study of the 4 foundations of mindfulness, the Satipatthana Sutta. He says, we're not heading towards a goal or chasing any particular experience. We don't need to be redeemed or saved, swept off to some post-human, post-suffering plane of existence, for that, in fact, would demean our human dignity. So I'm going to end with a prompt today. I don't usually pick one prompt, but I'm curious of this, from this writing of what more do you want from your practice of reflective meditation? Are you still seeking anything more within your practice? And if you needed something more, how would you go about getting it? Or are you closer or leaning to being satisfied or contented or happied with your practice? I will end the Dharma talk here.